and come on with the real talk show. All right. Well, hopefully we can get back on the air. We are says streaming starting soon. So hopefully I'll be back on the air. Let's try this one more time. Nope. Our be right back sign is not moving. It says, I want to be on the air. Let's try to get off now. Oh, there we go. Dun, 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 dun. We're now officially back on the air. After multiple crashing here of our Comcast internet, we are now back on. We thank those of you who have been patient with us as we are back on the Real Talk Sports Show. And we're going to bring everybody on to the stage right now to get the rolling because we want to talk some college football and later on some high school football. We have some guests coming on from Lovejoy High School. Well, first of all, speaking of college football, we have a gentleman that is riding the crest of a red hot Georgia Tech team. They are, believe it or not, cracked the top 10 in trending. Mr. Rod McKenzie's in the building. Rod, welcome back, sir.
Hey, Jonathan, good to be with you.
And we have a young man that does great things in the community through his multiple nonprofit organizations. He also has a great book out for instructing athletes on how to matriculate and handle themselves in the world today. It's called the Student Athlete Playbook, and I'm welcoming back my good friend, Mr. Barry Brown.
Good evening. Hey, Rod, how you doing, Jonathan? Yes, sir. We're in the building. Yes, sir.
In the building. After multiple cyber attacks, we are back in the building.
Hey, Barry, how are you doing?
You're doing good.
And for those
how
of you
feeling tonight?
Good.
For those of you who have been commenting repeatedly on social media with just one question, 2 words, where's Tree? Well, you don't have to wait any longer, boys, because the queen is back. Tree Dolman is in the building. The
Hello.
queen has arrived.
Hey, Trey.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, Trey.
Immediately, the view counter started going just like that. As soon as he came on, I see the numbers start to climb immediately.
Biggest smile in the room.
That's right, bro.
Exactly.
That's how it works. Yes, sir. And my phone is pinging people telling me, hey, darn it. What's wrong with your screen? We're back on here. Comcast decided to act a fool. We had to reboot it 2 times. I tried to do it my hotspot on my phone, but that's okay because like they say on Broadway, the show must go on. Praise the Lord, we're all here. Well, let's get right to it. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but the Georgia Tech Yellow, not the Georgia Bulldogs, not Georgia State, but the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets have cracked the top 10 in the nation. Rod talked to us about this ascent of the Jackets team, and especially talked to us a little bit about this huge victory on the road against another undefeated ACC team, the Duke Blue Devils.
Yeah, they started the season, and you looked at the schedule and said, hey, there's several stages in this season they have to get over. The first, naturally, was the opener against Colorado because we didn't know what they were going to be like. Then they went out and beat Clemson. And then you looked ahead and you said, hey, there's 2 teams coming up that are pretty good that have a bye week, and that's going to be tough going out to try to overcome that in both games on the road. So they're a team that's resilient, tough. They hang in there. And even though they were, either behind or tied at the half, they become known around the college circle as a team that really plays well in the second half. And that fourth quarter by Haynes King was really something up at Duke.
Yeah, I mean, Haynes King is now rapidly, I'm going to say it again, I said it early in the season, but he is now, in fact, has to be considered a Heisman Trophy candidate as he's taken his Jackets team and put it on his back. The stats, when you first glance, you look at the passing stats, you go, 14 to 21, 205, what's the big deal? The big deal is he didn't turn the ball over. And then more importantly, and this is where he has continued to be dominant, is on the ground. 14 carries, 120 yards, picked up multiple key first downs and 1 touchdown. And as you mentioned, Rob, Jackets roll up 17 points in the fourth quarter, 20 points in the second half to knock off the Blue Devils of Duke, 27-18. Barry, I know you're a big Tech fan, man. What do you think about these Jackets, man? I mean, literally right now, if the season stopped right now, guess who'll be in the playoffs? The Yellow Jackets.
I'm excited, man. Having Rod on here, giving us the inside scoop every week. So, hey, at the end of the day, the Yellow Jackets are poised to get into the playoffs. But I'm cautious. I'm having a little caution here because I'm so excited. I just can't go crazy with it. But I like where they are. They win these games they're supposed to win. Set up a big game on Thanksgiving weekend with those UGA Bulldogs. And hey, man, it could be something special this season. And hey, I love it. I'm excited, and I'm waiting to see what they do here as they wrap up the season. But we got to take it one game at a time, 1-0 each and every week.
Tree, what do you think about these Jackets? I know that it's been a little difficult for you this season with your Michiganders, but I mean the Jackets wear similar colors. They got blue and gold.
That's funny. It is okay. I mean, we can't be national champions every year, so I'm not too distraught. But I am very happy for the Yellow Jackets, and to see that tonight they did the polling where if the playoffs were to start today, the Yellow Jackets would be number 7, which is phenomenal. And I just remember a few years ago when Rod came on and he was talking about the players and the team and the culture. And now we're seeing what he was talking about, and it's happening. So I'm really excited for the Yellow Jackets and Georgia Tech. I've always enjoyed watching all of their sports, with football, volleyball mainly. But yeah, very excited for the Yellow Jackets. And I feel like they will keep it coming. The fact that they were able to go into Duke and do what they've done and just what they're doing this season, that this is a different team. And I love it because they believe in themselves. And now they're starting to get the nation to believe in them.
I noticed Tree gave the big shout out because for those of you who don't know, Georgia Tech over the years has an outstanding women's volleyball team over the last decade or so, and certainly their women's basketball team has done very well. So, Tree being she knows, hey, don't sleep on the women over there at Georgia Tech. They're balling out too. Well, Rod, listen, the other thing too is which was I think we talk about Haynes King, but talk to us a little bit about the Georgia Tech defense, which really was the epitome of bend but don't break against Duke. What did you see was the key, for them really kind of hanging on and win this ball game?
Yeah, Coach Key has been preaching to the defensive line that he wanted them to get off blocks and do a better job of stopping the run. And, that goal line stand was probably one of the key periods of the game. 3 shots at them, then they got a penalty. It was Duke's lowest rushing output of the year. And, that's been a bugaboo for the defense all year. They've been giving up a lot of yards on the ground. So to see that happen just gives you, that's another layer in the progression that they've made this season. And you have guys in the middle like Jordan Vandenberg who, transferred over from Penn State and has been a big addition since he arrived here. And they really are confident in themselves. And, execution, as Keith said, is all about confidence.
No doubt, man. And they had to battle one of the better quarterbacks in college football. Darian Mensah put on a spectacular performance stats-wise, 373 yards for young Mr. Mensah, but he could not keep his team from taking a loss to the Jackets. Like you said, they bottled them up on the ground, and they made the plays when they have to. And that goal line stand was just incredible. Let's go social media here. And, of course, we got some shots here being fired. Wade Turner says, them dogs are going to eat some Yellow Jackets.
Ouch.
Gotta wait, Mr. Turner, for just a little bit. That's the end of the season. We're going to wait on here. Now, I should hold this comment to NFL time, but Mr. Turner may not be on. I'm sure he's kind of taking a shot at Tree here. Tree, you might want to read
that. The Bears are going to eat some Lions meat. That is hilarious. Yeah, we'll see. We do have to play you all one more time. And we saw that the Lions ate the Bears meat the first game. So we'll see what happens in round 2.
Yeah, I think that, I think that that's a very optimistic opinion from a late blooming Bears fan. I don't get a Bears credit. I mean, they're playing very well this year at 4-2.
Yes.
But if anybody did not get a chance to watch last night, we'll talk about this in the NFL section. The Lions basically dismantling Tampa Bay, which was, to me, probably the second best team in the NFC. Yeah, I don't think the Bears want no part of those Lions. But anyway, let's get back to college football. Rod, as we look at the schedule going forward, you and Barry, I think you mentioned the same thing. What are the keys for Georgia Tech to be able to, at least have a shot to get to Georgia? Is being undefeated, is that being too optimistic? Do you think they can run the table? They got Syracuse at home. They got to play NC State, always a dangerous team on the road. Boston College on the road, and then of course host Pittsburgh before they take on Georgia Tech and should take on Georgia. And Pittsburgh's always been kind of a thorn in their side. Do you think the Jackets can run the table and get to, Mercedes-Benz unscathed?
If you're a fan, you have to believe that they're going to do it, but you can't be overconfident because, winning on the road is tough in the ACC. You have to go up to North Carolina State, and they have a quarterback that if he is having a good day, you may be in trouble. And then, you have to figure, Boston College is a W, even though that's on the road. This game Saturdays, there should be a large crowd there. I think they feel that they owe Fran Brown a little something. And then Pittsburgh has a freshman quarterback that's really lighting it up. So that's another big challenge for them. So I would say, going up to North Carolina State and the home game against Pitt, the Panthers, that'll be an interesting game to watch. And, of course, that's right before the Georgia game. So that'll determine, where they are going into that Georgia game.
Yeah, Syracuse does not look like the same team they were last year, taking on the chin. I think they lost 3 straight now, including a loss last week to, let's see who they lost to last week. If I can find lost to a very tough Pittsburgh team, and Pittsburgh came in there and beat them up in the Carrier Dome pretty easily, 30-13. So, yeah, I think Georgia Tech's going to be looking for some payback. And I think it's going to be very interesting. The flat should be loud again. That's the other thing. Talk to us a little bit about the change. Now, I understand that, hey, some people are front runners, but just talk to us a little bit about the energy that we've seen at Bobby Dodd Stadium, since the Jackets have really, I would say, from the tail end of last year into this year.
Yeah, I think Barry can attest to this. It's really a big change from previous years where we've been in the press box. And probably one of the biggest additions has been the non-alums that are in the area that are coming out to see this team as their reputation, continues to build. And that's played a big role in the increase in attendance. But I think it all started with the students, and Key did a good job of nurturing them, prodding them, getting them to come out, giving them extra tickets than what the allotment was, and we see them sitting in different sections other than the standard student section. So that's been one of the, for me, that's been one of the more exciting things that I've witnessed this year is the growth of the attendance at Bobby Dodd. They're teetering right around that 50,000 mark every week now.
Yeah, man, definitely. And Atlanta, I will say this from being here for 22 years, Atlanta is a real good place to be a winner. Because if you're winning and you create some excitement, yeah, like you said, people come out of the woodwork. I mean, there are people, I guarantee you, they've never set foot on the campus in their life. But now Georgia Tech's winning. It's, oh, hey, let's go. Georgia Tech is hot. So, but hey, bottom line is that you got a lot of energy and a lot of buzz, and it's certainly exciting to be a Tech fan because, Tech fans have had to go through some stuff. They had a little run with Coach Johnson, but again, in those years where they got to this point, they could never get over the hump. That no disrespect, they did win a couple Orange Bowls, but they could never get into that final 2 or even final 4. And Coach Johnson was here, so to see them up at number 7, as Tree pointed out, if they had the playoffs today, Georgia Tech would be playing in the college football championship. series. So yeah, man, it's just great to see. As far as going forward, what do you think the keys are going to be as far as making sure this team, gets to where they have to get to? I understand that, hey, look, you can't kind of look ahead, but what are the two things you would say, first offensively and then defensively, that would be the key for Tech to be able to get to the college football playoffs? Because whether it be Georgia now, obviously I'm sure they want to do that, but I think the big thing is they want to get to the playoffs.
I think offensively, you've seen, you had some young guys playing in their first year on the offensive line. They're going into game 8 now, and they're starting to play like they feel they should play. And then, for the first time against Duke, we really saw the tight ends get involved in the offense. And that's just going to give, opposing defenses something else to think about. So I think Georgia Tech's always going to score points with the personnel they have on offense. And I think on defense, it's just a matter of staying healthy. They've lost Akilo Stone for the last couple of weeks. They lost Amari Harvey at corner, and that's a key guy right there. But, some of these young guys are getting a chance to play. And, that's something that, number one, it helps develop them. And number two, it shows kids around the country that Georgia Tech is willing to play young players, if they feel they're good enough to get on the field. So the defense just has to, continue to be solid. They you hear it's the old, bend and break type deal, and that's sort of what the defense has been like this year.
Without talking about young players, Georgia Tech also is notorious in a good way for keeping that DNA alive. And yesterday, a young man from the tight end spot had a reception with a name that many Georgia Tech fans are familiar with, young Mr. Luke Harpring. His dad played some basketball for Georgia Tech, was an outstanding player there. So it's good to see once again, as we've seen in the past with, other guys that have come in here and we've seen their cousins and nephews. So good to see Mr. Harpring get a big catch yesterday. I should say Saturday.
Yeah, he's a good one. Not only can he catch the ball, but after he catches it, he has that knack of gaining those extra yards. And boy, that's a talented family. His sister's one of the top players in the country. Unfortunately, she's going to North Carolina. And from what people are telling me, there's some younger Harprings still coming through the pipeline that are going to be good too.
I tell you, man, that DNA is like iron, buddy. It really is, man. And it's amazing because we see it right here in the Atlanta area, man. It just is, it's amazing how you have people, their cousins, uncles, aunties. Even we look over here at Jonesboro, their premier athlete, Jontavius Wyman. I think he's the first cousin or second cousin to what's his name that does the show, Shay Shay. Yeah, so I mean, it's like, yeah, man, it's amazing how that works. Well, I tell you another thing that works here. Before any of our guests or co-hosts leave this program, we always want you guys to know how you can find out more about them. So you know how we do it. Mr. Rod McKenzie, the floor is yours.
Yeah, we're on the 247 network, gojackets.com. If you look at our front page, you'll see, all the articles we published this week, and we keep the news coming, and we'll have information on all the recruits that are visiting the game this Saturday. We'll have follow-up on the game, and you can also find me on social media on the Big X.
The Big X, there it is. Well, Rod, we appreciate you, man, and we look forward to having you on again next week.
All right, take care, everybody.
That's our man, Rod McKenzie, in the building. Appreciate Rod for coming on, taking time out of his busy schedule. I got to have some more great sports talk coming up. We got our high school segment this week. We're featuring some guys that wear some colors that Cree might like. Some nice blue and some silver. We're talking about the Lovejoy Wildcats. We're joining us in just a moment, but to see him, you got to keep it locked right here for more of the Real Talk Sports Show. We'll be back in just a moment. I always tell you, don't go anywhere. We'll be back.
Looking for a vehicle? Come to Allen Vigil Ford Lincoln in Morrow, Georgia. We're a family-owned dealership that's been serving the Atlanta area for over 40 years, offering an unbeatable selection of new Fords, Lincolns, and pre-owned vehicles. Enjoy our exceptional customer service and great financing options tailored just for you. Visit us at 6790 Mount Zion Boulevard in Morrow, Georgia, located just 20 minutes from downtown Atlanta. Call us at 678-364-3979 or visit online at alanvigilford.net.
That's the sound you hear on Friday nights. If you can go to one of the many stadiums around Clayton County, the high school bands in the county are some of the best in the area. Matter of fact, even as we speak, tomorrow night, they'll be having a Battle of the Bands in Tara Stadium, where 4 or 5 of the top bands from Clayton County will be out there doing their thing and letting you see what they can do off the field. They said this great stuff to be out there on Friday night. Speaking of Friday Night Lights, we have a coach that's going to be joining us here. His program has been outstanding here, representing the county for multiple years in postseason play. And this year, they're on a roll again. 7-1 record overall. And we're going to bring a good friend of the program, Coach Carson, head coach of Lovejoy, is in the building. Coach, welcome back, sir.
Hey, thank you. Thank you.
Sure, it's been a long time since we had you on the show. And what a perfect time. You guys are rolling 7-1. I think you brought a couple of your athletes along with you as well. So let's grab first. Mr. Isaiah Hale is in the building. We got Ryan Henson. I think he's trying to get his camera situated.
Hey, how you doing?
All right, how you doing? There's Ryan.
I'm doing good.
And then we talked a little about before about DNA. We got a young man. It looks like his last name be the same as the coach. Caleb Carson's in the building. What's going on, sir? I think Caleb might be in the car, coach. He's like making his way. I know you guys just left practice. Coach, before I get to some of the players, I know Tree wants to ask him some questions as well. Talk to us a little bit about what has been the key for you this season, 7-1 overall, and really pretty dominant on both sides of the ball.
Well, I think the key is we've been working extremely hard, had a really good offseason, got some really good senior leadership. Everybody buying in, so that's the biggest key to our success right now.
No doubt, man, and it's important. I mean, you've been doing this for a long time, and your program, like you said, consistently over the years, man, has put out some top players. Offensively, well, let's do this. Let me just kind of get the full screen here. Tree, I know you always have questions for the young men, so questions for these young men. We got Caleb, the coach's son here, Ryan Henson, and Isaiah. Fire away, Tree.
Hello, gentlemen. Welcome to Real Talk Sports. The question that I have for the three of you, I want to know, what is your number one motivation? What pushes you to continue to work hard on rough days or to go above and beyond what you're required to do in practice? What is your number one motivation for each of you? And Isaiah, you can go first.
So the number one motivation for me is basically my little sister. She's there for me. She lifts me up every morning. She always come to me, make sure you have a good day, have a great day at practice. Don't be having the attitude and stuff. My sister, she's like that pedestal that keep me standing, and I really appreciate that from her, and it keeps me going every day at practice with me and my brothers.
Aw, that's sweet.
I like that.
Ryan?
Some things that motivate me, just continue to just look around, look at my brothers, the people who I play with, the people that I play for, just continue to look at them and just saying, they're my brothers and we put in work together, and let's just keep on going. I'm not going to quit on you. You don't quit on me. That'd be it.
Nice. All right. And I can't see the Caleb.
Caleb, I think in that coaching that bad Wi-Fi area over there, in that bad zone.
Yeah, I think
he's muted.
I think he's
he's
still
muted.
trying to get home.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, this is one thing I will tell you guys. We really do appreciate you guys coming on at this hour, because we know everybody's kind of just finished practice. So for you guys to take time out with us, man, we just want to say again, we appreciate it so much. We appreciate so many people from Clayton County and from Lovejoy logging on to support you guys. Again, man, we appreciate you, and we know how it is. I remember, what was it, last week or 2 weeks ago, Barry? Somebody's trying to do it from the school. The school Wi-Fi was so bad, the coach had to go outside.
Right. Yeah.
The Wi-Fi inside the school just wasn't making it. So what can we do? All right, Coach, who do you guys have coming up next, and what are some of the challenges you guys might be facing with the team you're playing next?
Well, this Friday we got Northgate coming up. The Vikings. That's Coach Kevin Whitley. He's been around. He's in second year over at Northgate. He's been a really good high school coach for a long time. He's just coming back, second year coming back from the college ranks. They're going to be well coached. They do a great job running the football, and they're pretty disciplined on defense. So, we're going to have to be disciplined as well, and we got to be on our A game.
All right, questions you might have for the coach or some of the players, sir?
Yes, sir. Well, listen, Coach Carson, first of all, I'm impressed with the young men that are speaking right now on Real Talk Sport. So I want to salute you for that, because a lot of times our young people are scared to talk, and these guys jumped on. They had great motivations. I'm hearing the words family. I'm hearing the word teammates. I'm hearing the word brothers. And you just mentioned the word discipline. So, Coach, and the players, I want to hear from the players as well. Coach, you mentioned the offseason. What did you see in your team during the offseason that we could possibly predict that they were going to have a season like this? Because I remember, I think I told you earlier today when we was on the phone, I played at Morrow. I was on that 1987 state championship team, and I remember our coach in the offseason. I didn't see it, but our coach literally said before the season, hey, guys, we have the talent in this room to win the region. And not only did we win the region, we went on to win the state. So what did you see in the offseason when you said y'all had a great offseason? What did you see then that may have been a predictor to what your team is doing right now?
Well, I think coming off that first round loss to Woodward Academy, and we had an opportunity. We lost that game, I think, with about 17 seconds left. We thought we had that game in the bag. And I think that left a bad taste in the kids' mouth. And just the work they put in the weight room, that kind of told me a lot about them. And we didn't have a whole, and they always stuck together. We didn't have a whole lot of people missing this summer. Classroom wide, we got over 50% or 75% of our kids got over 3.0s or better, maybe even 3.5. So, that salute to them in the classroom as well. So once I saw that brotherhood there, and they did a good job of taking the coaching. I mean, I know I probably haven't been the easiest person to be on them, but at the same time, I build them up. I mean, I tear them down, but I build them back up. So those are some of the things I saw this offseason that I thought that really helped us so far this year.
Wow. Now, Coach, that is the ingredients for a winning program, because I know this generation is different from the generation we grew up in. And when you're talking about not missing workouts, that's huge. That's huge, especially if you're a Metro Atlanta team with all the distractions and things of that nature. So I love hearing that. And then I love hearing that over 3.0, and you got some 3.5 guys and above. Hey, that's powerful, Coach. Salute to you on that. And gentlemen, I'd like to hear what did y'all see this offseason with your teammates and the whole brotherhood that y'all have built over there at Lovejoy High School? What was the difference this offseason compared to some in the past?
I'll take this one. Oh, you want to?
You got it.
I'll go
first. I saw this offseason, just the adversity that we overcame, us not practicing at our home or us at our home stadium and stuff like that, us moving to the middle school. It's just a lot of moving around, and just the way that we was able to just overcome the summer, overcome all the adversity, and just pull ourselves together and just say, you know what, we got a chance to win the region championship. We got a chance to do big things. And I feel like that's been a big part of our success, us finding our identity and who we are, and just being players-led instead of coaches-led.
Can you guys hear me?
Okay, yeah.
Y'all can hear me?
Yes.
We can hear you.
Oh, all right. Can I speak on this, Zay, real quick?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So,
Go ahead, Caleb.
I believe what made us different from this offseason from others was really our attitudes and our mindset. Coming off of last season, our goal wasn't accomplished. We went from our sophomore season being a round 2 team, then coming out and losing in round 1. Just both seasons leaving a bad taste in our mouth. So this season coming focused, being able to be in a different environment that was different from what we're normally used to, getting out the mud, not being able to practice at our own school, our own weight room, just having to transition to other things that we're not used to. So just being able to work with all the adversity that we will face, I feel like we can accomplish anything that anybody throw at us. You know, we don't been through it all. We don't been through the mud, through the rough. So I just feel like that been the difference maker.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Go ahead, Isaiah. I love it, Coach. I see what you're building over there, Coach. We see what you're building over there.
So both of my brothers talked about adversity, right? But during the adversity is what we did to learn and study the game. The coaches didn't just yell at us and tell us what to do. The coaches actually showed us the game, sat down in classroom, hours of study and film. Then guess what? We go right after practice. Coaches, like, the offseason was a real good time for us because we came together, and it really starting to show now. So all I say is that we really just keeping our head down right now because you can't get too big-headed, but we know we're over here grinding and working and actually learning and studying and truly loving the game over here at Lovejoy. So that's what I feel like predicted this season, the outcome right now. And we're still going. We're not finished yet.
Man, students of the game. Coach, you developing students of the game, man. Hey, salute to you, young brothers, and salute to you, Coach Carson, and your staff and the administration over there, man. Because that's big, what Isaiah just said. Y'all are studying the game and actually learning how to execute at a higher level. That's huge. I love it. I love it. Thank y'all for sharing.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, guys been doing some great stuff, and all of the young men talked about, have being outside their facility, and that's going on throughout Clayton County. We do want to give a shout out to Superintendent Smith, who I remember telling me, I think it was last year, saying, "Look, man, we have this SPLOST money, and we're going to spend it and reinvesting in our school." And all around Clayton County, you see construction everywhere, athletic facilities, new buildings for the high schools. But guys, obviously doing the sports talk, I'm excited about what's happening as far as the athletic facility. Now, Coach, I went by the Lovejoy. I was trying to weave through all the construction. What are they building for you guys over there? Is it going to be like a new field house, new clubhouse, club room, locker room? What they got going over there? Because a lot of construction.
Yeah. So right now, we're getting a whole new facelift renovation to the school, which is great. It's overdue, and we're extremely excited about it. So we're definitely getting a facelift through the school. They're renovating the school. We're getting additions. Also getting a new sports complex with new weight room, new gym, new sports or basketball arena, weight room. They're going to turf our practice field, practice track, baseball, and softball. So we really appreciate that. The kids are excited for it. These kids here, they paving the way for it. So when they come back home in the off season, they'll really have some good facilities to work out in when they get home. So, and it help, the biggest thing with that across the district in Clayton County, they help keep kids at home, so that's the biggest thing that we're excited about.
Yeah, I think people are not aware, Coach, that although you
very rarely see it. You very rarely see it called in college.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you're on college.
I'm sorry.
Well, who you got there, Coach? Jump on the screen. Come jump on. There we go. There we go. We see you back there, Mr. Referee. What you doing?
So we got our middle school playoffs going on right now. I'm down here working this, and so I jumped on the interviews while we're doing that. And so I'm in the office where you guys came in at. We're good.
We just had to make sure, Coach, because the big game coming up. We don't want people to think that maybe, hey, we got the refs in the bags. We have to make it plain.
Gotcha.
Had to make it plain out there. Well, look, Coach, man, we appreciate again you guys coming in. I know for you, in terms of prep time, these have been 2 monster weeks. Playing an outstanding Noonan team last week, and now having to go right back and playing a very tough Northgate team. Record same as yours, 7-1. So again, we appreciate all you guys for stopping in and joining us. Coach, you guys have hang on, let me go to social media real quick here. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, that's what I thought. We got some comments on social media. Tree, can you read that for us there? I think it's H.C. Hardy.
H.C. Hardy says, as the young man talked, I'm sorry, it's hard to see with my bright light. As the young man talked about adversity, one question I have to learn from your coaches and school that you will apply as your progress in your life. So I guess what's one question? Yeah, sorry. My ring light is super bright today, so I can't see. It's like
see, that's why the queen looks so lovely. She got the proper ring light. I mean, we in the weeds. We trying to do something, but not the queen. She got the whole ring thing going on. Everything good. She's like, can't see. But Coach said something earlier before I let Coach go. I mean, Coach Carson's been in the game for a long time, and he's had multiple winning teams, multiple state appearances, running deep in the playoffs, and he's got several guys that matriculated in great D1 schools and went on and play in the league as well. And Coach mentioned earlier he's an old school throwback. I've seen him sometime on the sideline. Coach gonna tell you straight, but at the end of the day, we can see the results as your program year after year continues to do great things. So man, kudos to you for just holding your ground and saying, hey, listen, I know things are different, but there's a certain standard that you have to hold to winning. And we appreciate you, Coach, for doing that stuff, not just on the field, but off the field as well.
Gotcha. Thanks. Well, to that question that AC Hardy asked, I think I'm gonna answer that question for the boys. A lot of things that we talk about, I think football is the ultimate sport because you go through a lot of adversity, you go through a lot of ups and downs. So, it's gonna get tough. You're gonna be a husband one day, you're gonna be a father one day. You're going to have to pay that light bill. You're going to have to, the mortgage is going to have to be paid. When things get rough, you can't quit. You got to figure it out. So, and that's why I think football is the ultimate sport.
No doubt, man. I mean, it's got a track record. Sports in general, especially football, you see a lot of guys who've been able to go from high school to college and not necessarily playing the pro, but they've done some big things for us as a nation and the communities. As you mentioned, they took a lot of learning lessons that they got on the gridiron and applied in their life. Well, gentlemen, listen, we appreciate all you guys for joining us today. Coach, is there like a website or social media where people can follow the Lovejoy Wildcats?
Well, absolutely. Guys, you going to go ahead and give them all the handles?
Lovejoy Football on Instagram.
It's at Lovejoy Football.
Lovejoy Football. I keep it pretty simple. It really does. All right, gentlemen, again, we appreciate you so much. And Coach, Isaiah, Ryan, Caleb, appreciate all you guys for joining us. And I hope you have a great game against Northgate. And hopefully we'll be able to catch one of your games before the end of the season. It's been tough on us because we're over at Tara, but who knows? Maybe we'll see you guys in the playoffs.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for having us. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
The Lovejoy Wildcats in the building. Check them out, guys. They'll be playing Northgate, Columbus next week. Please continue to encourage and support Clayton County high school sports that you guys have done all year long. Coach, again, we appreciate you and your team for joining us here on Real Talk Sports Show.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, guys, keep it locked right here. We'll be back with more great sports talk in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. Thank you.
Hey, sports fans, tune in for live high school football Friday, 7:30 p.m. on RealTalkSports.net. Check out your favorite Metro Atlanta teams as they do battle on the gridiron. It's your high school game of the week, live streaming free Friday nights on RealTalkSports.net. For more sports coverage and great sports talk, catch the Real Talk Sports Show Tuesdays, 8 p.m. on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, or Twitch. Brought to you by Allen Vigil Ford in Morrow, a business giving back to their community. Give them a call at 678-364-3979 or check them out online at AllenVigilFord.net.
This is Patrick Willis, and this is Real Talk Sports.
Now, Hall of Famer Patrick Willis. Appreciate him for taking time out and giving us a little shout out there. We had a chance to, a few years ago, get out and cover a lot of the events around the Super Bowl, and he was there doing some great stuff. And we got a chance to talk to him for just a minute. Matter of fact, at that time, he was talking about doing his own podcast. So hopefully we'll be able to bring him on as a guest one of these days, Barry, to talk to him about what he's doing. Now obviously that he's retired, man.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. Shout out to Patrick Willis. And listen, we're just, the Falcons played San Francisco. So that was right on time with having Patrick Willis on there tonight. But yeah, shout out to Patrick Willis, man. Big time player. And like you said, doing great things off the field as well.
Yeah, and it's funny you mentioned because it was a unheralded linebacker. I shouldn't say unheralded. He was, I think, a second or third round draft pick for the 49ers. But the guy, I mean, that was really the key. Their defense played like their hair was on fire against that Falcons run, and they were just determined they were not going to let Bijan Robinson, rack up the kind of all-purpose yards that their guy did against the Falcons. And the Queen is back. There she is. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I tell you, I don't know what's going on, man, but there's been bugs in the machine everywhere. So,
oh no, it wasn't bugs in the machine. I turned my camera off because I was planning on. I had to run and get my charger during the commercial break, and then this commercial wasn't as long as usual. So I was like, "Oh my goodness, he's already back." So I was.
You said, "What happened? Darn it!"
Yeah, I didn't want my computer to shut off.
You're surely right. Well, let's get right to it. NFL time, guys, as we get ready to close out our broadcast in the second half. So let's take a look. Of course, the marquee game, Monday Night Football last night. You know who? The Detroit Lions hosted the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Both teams identical records. Two of the best teams in the NFL basically squaring off. And the Lions said, hey, you can't come to the Lion Day and leave unscathed. As the Lions roared and destroyed, I shouldn't say destroyed. They beat up, though, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 24-9. Tree, I mean, first of all, kudos to your team. But I tell you, watching some of the highlights last night, Detroit really looks like, and I know it's early in the season, but they look like they, if not the best, they got to be one of the top 2 or 3 teams in the NFL. They look good everywhere. Offense, defense, special teams, they just look like you got nothing for us. Well, what's been the key with you guys this year? What's been from you watching as a fan? What do you most like about what Detroit's doing?
I just love our execution. I love our grit. And what I really loved about last night was how we had so many injured players. So the secondary was not any of our usual starters. So we had to bring guys up from the practice squad and players that you had never seen play for us before. But they came hungry, and it really was the next man up. And they played great defense last night. I really feel like it was defense that really just held that game down. But this year, I feel like we're just on a mission, because for the past 2 seasons, we supposedly had it made, right, to go to the Super Bowl for the first time, and we didn't get there. And I feel like this year, not so much playing with a chip on our shoulder, but we just have our eyes on the prize, and we just know we have a lot of people to get through to get to that goal. So I think they're just playing with, as we all say, the grit, Detroit grit. It's hunting season, and we're hunting.
She said, we're hunting, boys. Well, Barry Brown, speaking of chip on the shoulder, there was a guy that at one point matriculated at Georgia Tech, as a matter of fact. He seemed like he was sending a message, because everybody was talking about this matchup of 2 of the best all-around running backs in the league, Christian McCaffrey and quote-unquote the new guy, Bijan Robinson. You think Jahmyr Gibbs heard some of that stuff, bro?
Hey, listen, Jahmyr Gibbs is a baller, man. Dalton, Dalton, Georgia, finest. Hey, man, went to Georgia Tech for 2 years, transferred to Alabama. Hey, he said, hey, wait a minute, not so fast, as Lee Corso would say, not so fast. I'm still a big dog too. And he showed it last night, man. And hey, this is for Trito. I was gonna say this. If you didn't do the introduction you just did Jonathan, I was gonna hit Tree with the what up though. But
what up though?
The Detroit Lions are primed and ready. And this is what's happening. You saying what's going on? They're in their window to win it. They're in their window to win it all. So they have the quarterback. They got 2 very good wide receivers and a great tight end with Porter. And the running back tandem is outstanding. So they have all the recipe They have the great recipe for success right now. But this is their time to get it. They got to get it now because as these players get older, you know what's going to happen. And I think one of the other keys is this too. Tree mentioned it on defense. What you're seeing now, Tree, is because they had all those injuries last year, they're better prepared for those injuries to happen this year. And that's why they're still playing very well with injuries. Because last year they just were not prepared for it. And that's what cost them last year. The defense was just ravished. But this year they were a little bit better prepared. And with those injuries now, you see they still performing at a high level. So shout out to the Detroit Lions, man.
Yeah,
What up?
right. What up, though?
What up? Yeah, Lions handled their business. 4 sacks. You talk about defense, 4 sacks. And the other thing is, let's take a look at the keys that people normally look at when they look at how a defense is performing against an offense. Okay, so first of all, we look at the total yards allowed. Under 300 total yards allowed. 251 yards total and only 41 yards on the ground. Also, your third down efficiency, 4 of 16. 25%, well under the league average. So no question, man, Detroit stepped up to the plate, also had 4 sacks. So they did what they had to do. And at home, every time I watched the clip, I mean, the place was just rocking. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
it was just rocking.
Our fans are going to show up. We travel and we show up at home. Even when we had losing seasons, we still are going to feel the Lions Den, and we go on the road, and it's definitely a tough place to come and play. As you can see, the quarterback was trying to, listen in his ears because we're going to be noisy. Great fan.
Yeah, like I said, it was really off the chain. Detroit, I think, after years of suffering, has enjoyed these last 3 seasons of being constantly in the mix and just like this away from the Super Bowl, no doubt about it. We'll go back to a comment earlier because Mr. Wade Turner is determined to throw some shots at the Lions. He said earlier the Bears are going to eat some Lions meat. And then he says, now he's okay. He's like, all right. Now he's like, what happened to them in the Chiefs game? Okay. Well,
what happened to them in the Chiefs game?
Right, yeah.
Oh, boy. I mean, listen, my thing is we can't win every game, right? Did we beat the Chiefs last year in Kansas City? Yes, we did. So it's not like every time we play the Chiefs, they beat us. Like I've said before, I would rather us have some losses in the season and then win when it counts than to go undefeated and then lose when you need to win. So it's okay. Like I'm perfectly fine. Green Bay, Kansas City, I'm fine with it because it's just making us better. And so we'll see what happens when we keep on playing, right? Let our playing do the talking.
See, don't get fooled by that smile. Behind that is a fierce competitor. She's letting you know my boy's gonna take care of business. All right, Wade Turner says, but the bus he believes is still going through Philadelphia. Yeah, I mean, there's no question, man. Philly has an outstanding team. After arguing like little kids as they do every year, is there something I'm missing? Because it seems like an every year thing, man. These guys all of a sudden like little kids. He don't throw me the ball. He not doing this, and all of a sudden it's like they have a kumbaya, which. Actually, one player said we didn't have a kumbaya, and then the next week they're going to ball out. So I'm not quite sure what's going on over there. I guess when I was coming up, those kind of things happen more in baseball, where team players didn't get along but still went and balled out in the World Series and stuff. So we seem like we have a little bit of that for the Eagles. And one more by Wade Turner. He says Super Bowl or bust for the Lions. Well, you're surely right.
We definitely have to go to the Super Bowl. I don't know that it's bust though. I mean, we are back-to-back NFC North champions. So
I think that you're right. I think that all fans of the Lions, like you mentioned earlier, Tree, okay, we've had enough being close and almost there. There's no doubt that the Lions want to get to the Super Bowl this year once and for all. So hopefully they will, because they look good.
And we don't just want to get there. We want to win it. So we don't want to just get to the Super Bowl. We want to win the Super Bowl. And for those who may not know, we do have championships, national championships, by the way. It was just before they called it the Super Bowl. So it's not like we've never been national champions. We have, but we just haven't been to the Super Bowl in the Super Bowl era. But we have had winning seasons before the Super Bowl. So don't think that my Detroit Lions have just never been that team, because we have. It's just been quite a while since the Super Bowl. Which is what? We're Super Bowl 59 was the last one.
That's definitely a Detroit perspective, Jonathan Simmons.
Yeah, I had to put the shades on because,
yeah,
I mean, don't get me wrong. The Lions, you're right. They have a storied franchise, but their championship story was told before any of us were born. And I'm old. I'm 60-some years old, and it was before me. So, I mean, we Detroit fans, the ones that are like recent fans, they're like, hey, we need something for us. We know what grandmama and them and grandpappy, but we need something for ourselves. So I'm just saying, all right. We're actually I'm gonna hold on to this for a second, guys. I'm going to take a break. We got some great comments here on social media. Appreciate you guys. Keep it locked right here for more of the Real Talk Sports Show. Yeah, in fact, we will be right back. I'm gonna try my little music soundtrack, see if that'll work for us. We'll be right back.
Did you know that Allen Vigil Ford in Morrow, Georgia also has Lincoln? Over 35 years of using the Vigil Touch to provide excellent customer service, works hand in hand with the Lincoln Motor Company to provide a luxurious and seamless way to acquire your next luxury vehicle. Lincoln has an array of full-service complimentary owner benefits. These benefits include hospitality partnerships, service pickup and delivery, all which can be accessed through the Lincoln Way app. You can even contact the 24/7 concierge to have someone assist you. Come and see our great inventory of new and pre-owned Lincolns today. Call 678-364-7345 to make an appointment with one of our brand champions, or shop 24/7 online at allenvigillincoln.net.
Coming up next, it's the Real Talk Sports Show, bringing you great sports talk with perspective. Now, here's our host, Jonathan Simmons.
And we're back here at the final segment of the Real Talk Sports Show. Let's get some of those comments up that we had on social media. I still have my shades on. I'm still recovering from Detroit playing in the national championship before I was born. But that's okay. It's just we still show love to the queen. Glad to have her back. All right, let's go ahead and just look at some of the comments here. We have some good stuff here. H.C. Hardy. Can you read that, Barry? Because Tree's blind on her, blinded by the light.
Yes. I got you, Tree. So the Lions are in the same situation as the Eagles, new offensive coordinator adjusting to the play calling. So yeah, there you have it. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a situation. Tree's still trying to get that look. She's up close to the camera. She says,
"Yeah, you say Detroit, man. She gonna figure it out. She gonna figure out those words."
Like, hold up, something.
You know, but it's a nice comment. It's a nice comment, Tree. It's a nice comment.
Right. Yeah, Tree screen. She got so Barry. There you go. Tree at one point, like your screen froze. It was like, I gotta see this, and all of a sudden, bloop, she locked in. I see what these guys are saying. Yeah, man. It's,
really?
Yeah, it's okay. It's all right. I mean, I don't know what's going on. We got Ghost in
the
the
new offensive coordinator, though. He's
yeah, he's a good guy.
Sorry.
Yep, he's our man.
Yeah, I like him. You know, of course, it's an adjustment. But I like that we still run trick plays, and you know that's our thing. And so I'm happy that we're still able to do that. And you know, with our key pieces, we have so many different pieces. That's what I love on offense, that we can go so many different directions.
Yeah, I think for me, what really I think surprised me the most is that I wouldn't realize how much speed the Lions have. I mean, they got some speed. I mean, with St. Brown, and then a couple of them jet sweeps with Gibbs, and I forget the other young man they brought in from the wide receiver spot. They ran him a couple of them screens. I mean, they have some speed. I mean, you know, you have to be really on top of your game. Williams, speed, bro.
Yeah, Williams from Alabama. You know, he was a difference maker, man. I mean, you know, he got injured coming out of college. He got injured in that national championship game in Alabama, and so that changed that actually changed the complex of that game. Yep. So now he got healthy, and now you're seeing what he's doing in the NFL, man. Yeah, Detroit, again, Detroit has the team to win it all by far. Now, will they win it all? Time will tell, but they definitely have the pieces in place by far.
All right, see, we done stirred up the hornet nest. Once we start talking about Detroit not winning for a while, we got all kind of shots being fired here. First,
We do.
we have Wade Turner saying the Lions have no rings along with the Falcons. Not Super Bowl rings, you're right. H.C. Hardy says he got it. That's right. Detroit's last NFL championship was literally 2 years before I was born, 1957, before the finger waves, curls, and new later Gators.
Boy, you went, you went there, hey, Cornell, you went there, brother. You went there. He went there.
Hey, but it's true.
Though.
But we have NFL national championships. That's what I was saying. It's been a while ago, but we do have them.
Wow. And he said, sorry, Queen, charged to my mind and not my heart. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you're good. Listen, I'm glad you brought up the dates because like I said, I know it's been a while. So it's okay. But that just proves my point that we need one now. We need to get in the Super Bowl because my husband would never fail to remind me and to tease me that my Detroit Lions have never been in the Super Bowl. So yes, we need to go ahead and get in the Super Bowl because I used to get joked about it all the time.
Well, at least they had the game played in Detroit. We had that. We had one Super Bowl in Detroit, but
I was at the festivities. I didn't go to the game, but I was at a lot of the festivities when it was in Detroit. It was very nice.
Hey, big shout out to first-time commenter Bernard Benjamin. What's he saying there, Barry?
He's saying Bernard Benjamin is saying if my Cowboys defense can just be average, we can possibly make the playoffs. That's the Dallas Cowboys.
Hey, on the real though, a guy that we make fun of about his contract and his money, Dak Prescott's been balling out this year, sir. Dak's had an outstanding year. Absolutely. Now, to Mr. Benjamin.
Let me say something. About the Cowboys right quick. And it really is it's about the whole league. They've changed the rules so much, Jonathan and Tree, that playing defense, man, it's one of the hardest things you could ever do. And now they're teaching this technique about these defensive backs. See, when I was playing ball, they didn't teach us to just follow the man's hand and try to knock the ball out of his hand once he catches the ball. Hey, you play your technique, you pin him to the sideline, and you look for the ball and make a play on the ball. So it's almost impossible to make a play on the ball if you never look at the ball. So I don't like this new technique that they're teaching the defensive backs to play because they're doing it at the college level and at the pro level, and I just don't like it, man. So it was refreshing this past weekend. I saw it though. I actually saw some DBs playing the old way versus the new way, and I think they're going to have better success doing it that way, man. But defense right now, hey, it's very hard to come by, man, because they're not tackling. They don't practice tackling that much at practice anymore. So it's just very tough to stop these very fast offenses. And when you got a quarterback like a Dak or a Mahomes or even an Aaron Rodgers or a Goff, hey, man, it's very tough to stop these offenses, man, by far. So
they're going to light you up, man. And, of course, for Cowboy fans that are watching now, you're talking about your defense. You are aware that you guys mysteriously felt that you didn't want to sign probably the best defensive player in the league who wanted to actually sign with you. So for any Cowboy fans that was ready to defense, well, blame your crazy owner, Jerry Jones. That crazy guy here. All right, let's go to H.C. Hardy. He wants to give a nice compliment to the Lions. He said, yeah, it reminds the running backs remind him a lot of Dunn and Duckett. Back when the Falcons had that thunder and lightning backfield with Michael Vick, they were quite prodigious. But I will tell you one thing, Montgomery, that combination, because no disrespect to T.J. Duckett, but yeah, David Montgomery got him beat, bro.
yeah, by far. Duckett was a big guy. He was a big guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And what we got here? Wade Turner says, can you read it, Tree?
Stop madness, Barry. Give Dak Prescott his flowers. So that means you are hating. You are hating.
No, sir. I actually like Dak Prescott. See, listen, Mr. Turner, aka listen, I like that. I like his story of being a low round draft pick and becoming a starter in the NFL. His story is outstanding. And he's been playing pretty good ball. And the fact that he's been in the NFL for 10 years as a top-rated passer and a top-rated quarterback in the NFL, salute to Dak Prescott. Never a hater, baby. Never a hater. I give props what props are due, and Dak Prescott is playing ball. Hey, as usual, again, like Tree mentioned earlier, regular season is all good. It's when those Cowboys get to the playoffs, and that's when he falls short. So, hey, it is what it is. We'll see what happens. See what happens to for you, your Cowboys, Mr. Benjamin. Hey, Cowboy Nation. Hey, we'll see you in the playoffs. Again, like Benjamin said, if y'all make the playoffs.
I'm glad I put the shades on because little shade over there on the bad boys right there. The other thing too is we just to finish up the Cowboys. Someone had mentioned that we should give their wide receiver a shout out. Let's go back to the comment here. I saw it somewhere. Javonte Williams. You're right. Huge game against the Commanders. Let's take a look at his stats real quick. Yeah. Javonte Williams. Let's see if we can get it here. On the ground, you can't really complain. 19 carries, 110 yards for Javonte Williams. He's doing his thing. Let's look at his stats for the whole year. If I can pull him up. Come on, baby. Where you be? Stats. Dun, 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 dun. Well, not too shabby for the young man. He's on pace, Barry, for a 1,000-yard season. Now, I will say that, 1,000-yard season, not what it used to be because you're playing 17 games. But nevertheless.
Thank you.
Right.
It's not the same.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Mm-hmm.
To his credit, through the first 7 games, 592 yards on the ground, but more importantly, 5.3 yards a carry. That's the big thing there. 5.3 yards a carry, and he has 6 touchdowns. So, if he stays in that pace, he could be up around 15, 16 touchdowns, and 5.3 yards a carry. That dog will hunt all day.
Yeah. Gotta get it. Hey, man. Hey, if you run it for 4 yards or more a carry, hey, then you're gonna be good. Hey, that 4.0 mark is the benchmark. So if you can average more than 4 yards a carry, you sitting good with your rushing game by far. Let's see what offensive coordinator H.C. Hardy says. Let's see. The era of physical running back is coming. Look at Scatterboo. Once the running back gets to the second level, these defensive backs are not wrapping up. Hey, Mr. Hardy, you're absolutely right. Again, tackling is scarce these days because these guys, for some reason, are still trying to do those body shots. I don't know why. You have to wrap up. You have to do that hawk tackling, get your head and body across their bodies, wrap them up and bring them down. That's what you're supposed to do. However, these guys, they're making business decisions, man. And again, the league is predicated on offense, not defense. So if these defensive coordinators can somehow figure out how to put a very good defensive team on the field, whoever that team is, they're going to win a lot of ball games. I just don't know how you're going to do it in this age because there's some, tremendous matchup nightmares out there on these offensive side of the ball. You got tight ends that run like wide receivers. You got running backs that catch passes like wide receivers. Man, there's some. God bless the linebackers. They got to run with these tight ends and these running backs. It's just a nightmare out there on the matchup side, and that's what happens week to week.
We're talking about Scatterboo. We had a chance to watch him last year in the college football playoffs right here in the at Mercedes-Benz. Texas was giving Arizona State all they could handle, and all of a sudden, man, Scatterboo in the second half, he made some ridiculous plays. Not only running the ball, but some huge plays receiving. Matter of fact, if you go on our YouTube page, you'll see the catch where they knocked his helmet off. It didn't matter. He picked up a huge first down, picked up 20 yards. And, they came within a whisper of getting the Longhorns out of there. So, Scatterboo is no surprise for those people who are following college football. All right, one last comment here before we take a break. He said the Cowboys Nation's in the house, #1 offense in the league. That's true, but I got some bad news for you. The record is 3-3-1. And that's not the best in the league. All right, well, we're going to take a break. Let's keep it locked right here for more. We got to discuss the Falcons. I really don't want to, but we have to do it. All right, we'll be back more to Real Talk Sports Show in just a minute.
Looking for a vehicle? Come to Allen Vigil Ford Lincoln in Morrow, Georgia. We're a family-owned dealership that's been serving the Atlanta area for over 40 years, offering an unbeatable selection of new Fords, Lincolns, and pre-owned vehicles. Enjoy our exceptional customer service and great financing options tailored just for you. Visit us at 6790 Mount Zion Boulevard in Morrow, Georgia, located just 20 minutes from downtown Atlanta. Call us at 678-364-3979 or visit online at allenvigilford.net.
Francisco, congratulations on getting a new truck from us here at Allen Vigil Ford. How did you like the experience this time?
Thank you, Nathan. All good. All perfect. Thank you.
Hey guys, just to put a shameless plug in here, if you are looking for a vehicle for yourself or for your family, please, you can call me. That's right. I'm actually a sales rep. I'm actually a commercial account manager at Allen Vigil Ford Lincoln. Give me a call. Be more than happy to take care of you for a vehicle for yourself, for your family, or even for your business. So hit me up, 678-364-3979, or you can send a text. You see it written right down there, 678-410-9833. Be more than happy to give you a hand. Again, we want to give a big shout out to Allen Vigil Ford, who is our premier sponsor, title sponsor for high school football each and every Friday night. So thank you, Mr. Vigil, for your support that you've given us over the years. Let's go back to social media again here. Our good friend, Bernard Benjamin. Is he saying there?
Yes, sir. Williams, Bernard Benjamin saying Williams, Lamb, Ferguson, Pickens, and Prescott, and the offensive line has been playing amazing. So he's talking about that powerhouse offense that's putting up major yards for the Dallas Cowboys each game. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Yeah, you got bookend wide receivers, buddy. When you talk about, you got CeeDee Lamb and you have Pickens, man. Even though he's a little bit of a diva, but at the end of the day, man, he's that guy. George Pickens will catch anything that you throw within his catching radius. That guy's an amazing catcher of the football. Yeah. So yeah, big shout out to the Cowboys. And like I say again, I mean, they need to be more consistent. Speaking of more consistent, Lord have mercy. I don't want to talk about them, but we have to. We always close the show with the Falcons. I don't know if you guys watched Sunday or saw some of the highlights, but once again, the Falcons do what they do best: disappoint their fans and people who enjoy good football by losing a winnable game to the 49ers 20-10. As once again, the Falcons find a way, Barry, to make a team that's injured, has got problems, all kinds of things going on, look like Super Bowl contenders. I'm just not, and don't get me wrong. I mean, coming into this, the 49ers were, 4-2. They were a good team, but I mean, the team was racked with injuries. And the Falcons made them look like 2022 and they went to Super Bowl. I don't get it.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's very disappointing. Let me just say this. We won 2 games in a row, had a big Monday night win against the Buffalo Bills. And I think this is what happened with the Minnesota game. And then they went and played Carolina. I think they get big-headed. I think they say, oh, we have arrived. And then they go out here and play these games that make no sense because they're good enough. They were good enough to beat San Fran. But they get on the field, and if you heard Coach Morris this week, hey, he admitted they got out-coached. So we have to look at the preparation of this game first and foremost. Did they go out there with the right mindset? We heard the young men from Lovejoy High School that talked about it tonight. The right attitude and the right mindset. And that's what the Falcons have to do. And my only real question really is, what in the world is the Atlanta Falcons offensive coordinator doing? It's 4th and 2. You don't even have your best player on the field. And you run a out route with a left-handed quarterback throwing to the right side. So it would make more sense to throw it to the left side, correct? Listen, Jonathan, the offensive play calling and the use of personnel has to improve if the Falcons are going to do better as the season progresses. We have all the pieces. We have a rookie quarterback, though. So we have to put the rookie quarterback in the best position to win, and they did not do that last night. And number 71, young man, if you watch this video somehow, some way, listen, you need to get right and protect the blind side of your left-handed quarterback. That's your job. That's what you get paid for. And you got destroyed by a ravished San Francisco defense. So that's the game right there. Play calling and our offensive tackle did not do his job. That's it. So hopefully they get better. And here's the great news, the optimistic news of the day. They're 3-3. We still in this thing. Did Jonathan left? He was so mad he left. I know he was upset.
he would never do such a thing. I guess he's rebooting or something.
Yeah. But what was your thoughts, Tree? What was your thoughts in the game? Did you watch the game in it last night? So, Tree, did you watch the game?
I don't know what's happening to me tonight. There we go.
Okay, there we go. Yes, sir. I was asking Tree what was her thoughts, what was her perspective on the
and it's just. Are you able to hear me? Because my screens are spinning.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I think that's.
We can hear you. The screen. There you go. Now you're moving. There you go. Perfect.
Okay. Ever since I turned my camera off to run and get my charger, I've been having issues with my computer, which is so weird. But anyway, yeah, I mean, watching the Falcons is pretty much, it's just doing this. And notice how far up and how far down I'm going. So it's not just like this. It's literally up and down. It's like you're up. It's like you look great. Then you look horrible. Then you look great. Honestly, I can't call it. I don't know what it is. I'm rooting for the Falcons. I'm rooting for them. It's just inconsistency. And like you were saying, I feel like sometimes they do get the big head when they have those big wins against great teams. But we all know in football, it's any given Sunday, but we also have any given Sunday, Monday, Thursday, But I would like to see some consistency because we know that Jonathan was talking about how at one point they were the best offense in the NFL, and I didn't believe it, right? But they were, and now they're not, and we just need them to definitely be consistent. And what
it's been real crazy. Yeah, H.C. Hardy, Barry, I think he's talking about. You're right. There's just no consistency with this team at all. It's like being on a roller coaster. What's H.C. Hardy saying to us there?
Okay, we have this was a teacher versus student matchup on the defensive side and payback to Mars. Saleh, and that's the defensive coordinator for the 49ers, and Gilbert, Saleh for the 49ers, the old Jets coach, and then Gilbert, the Atlanta Falcons defense coordinator. They were together last year with the Jets. So Gilbert was his DC and assistant head coach. So the two defensive teams played pretty well last night, as you saw. And a 49ers team that had a lot of injuries with their best linebacker being out still played lights out last night. So, again, the Falcons got to step it up. And like Tree said, they have to be more consistent. And Hardy says, let's not forget Raheem Morris, Rams defense, beat the 49ers in 2022 to win the NFC Championship. No doubt. Hey, H.C. Hardy, our defense has been playing well enough for us to win. Now, McCaffrey, he went off last night. He found the fountain of youth last night and went off. However, we had a big stop down there. Ellis got the interception down there. We made some stops, and we didn't capitalize on any of them. So that's the difference in the game right there. The 49ers established the running game with McCaffrey, and the Falcons can never get it rolling to capitalize on any of the mistakes that our defense caused, and that's the difference in the game. Jonathan is so disappointed.
Go to shade.
It's gonna be all right, Jonathan. Hey, listen, Jonathan, we 3-3. It's gonna be all right. I promise you. Watch, they're gonna bounce back from this. And like Tree said, they're gonna turn around and play great next week. That's what they do. I mean, that's what they do. So I've accepted it, Jonathan. And we're gonna take you to Falcons anonymous class, and we're gonna get you right this week.
Well, you know what? First of all, I'm tired of you guys. I'm tired of a couple of them. I'm tired of them playing this way. I'm tired of them not giving me no credentials. I'm tired of that too. I will say that on the air. I don't know why they won't give us credentials anymore, but I'm tired of that. And just the facts remain, since you have not given the preacher, and not just me, but all of us, many guys that have covered the Falcons for years, y'all ain't won nothing. You're not been over 500 since you stopped it. Just saying. Anyway, yeah, let's take a look at these stats from the other night, and it's just pitiful. You had, like you said, Christian McCaffrey, and here's the crazy thing about this. This is what you never want. When the coach, the pundits, they all say, hey, don't let this guy beat you, and he beats the brakes off you. That was the whole thing. Just stop McCaffrey, and you're good, because he was the one thing that was still halfway decent on the team. So if you can stop McCaffrey, that's it. But instead, let's take a look what the Falcons did. Christian McCaffrey, 24 carries. The guy's banged up. 24 carries for 129 yards, 2 touchdowns. But wait, there's more. 7 receptions for 72 yards as he racks up over 200 yards of total offense. The guy had 31 touches at 90%, wasn't even 100%.
Jonathan, watch this. You ready? Well, you heard him talk about it all night. They trained together. It was like the grasshopper. So like AC Hardy's talking about the student versus the teacher. That was true in that case as well. Because you had in the offseason, you had McCaffrey training Bijan Robinson. But he said, I taught him, but I didn't teach him everything. And he showed it last night when he went out there, found the fountain of youth. And you would have thought that would have been the performance that Bijan put on last night, but it was reversed. And so, hey, man, shout out to the 49ers. They outcoached us, and definitely McCaffrey outplayed us, and we had no answer for it. Now, the key to that was our linebacker, our middle linebacker got hurt. Diablo got hurt last night, early in the game. Now, that caused the problem, and that was a huge reason why McCaffrey got off last night, because it's a different thing if Diablo's in there, I believe. He eventually shuts that down. But, hey, we can do it. Bertrand had to play, and, hey, the rest is history. Oh, we got Hardy down here. Bold prediction.
Yes, sir.
Offensive coordinator Zach Robinson will put his hat in at the end of the year to be a candidate for the head coaching job at his alma mater, Oklahoma State. Man, hey, well, they've been I've heard that talk too, Cornell. I've heard that talk too. And, hey, if he does that, hey, good. Congratulations to him. You know what I'm saying? That's on him. Yeah. Let's see. Bernard Benjamin. Yes, 2 major mistakes I saw was San Francisco had 4th and 4 or 5 with 10 men on the field. Boom, easy first down for the 49ers. Yep, that happened. And then 4th and 1, trying to be too pretty, a bomb screenplay. Oh, well, they are who you thought they were. Bernard went to the Dennis Green. They are who we said they are.
School. We thought they are. That's right. Well, I tell you.
That's right.
All our guests and our co-hosts are who you know they are. And to make sure you know who they are, we make sure to let them have their say before they leave. So, Barry Brown, the floor is yours.
Yes, sir. Well, Jonathan, as always, thank you for allowing me to be on the show, man. I always have a great time. And Tree, always great to see you. And thank you for your outstanding comments and perspective. And then shout out to our man, Rob McKenzie with GoJackets.com, Georgia Tech in the building. But right now, you see, I have on the mighty Presbyterian College, the PC Blue Hose, baby. Hey, 7-0 in FCS. Listen, the best start in Blue Hose history since 1959. You see, Tree, you're not alone with having great season from back in the day. We haven't been 7-0 since 1959. And so, listen, we're ranked number 16 in the coaches poll in FCS and number 19 in the stats perform ranking. So, hey, we getting ready to go up to Ohio.
I did not say no.
I did not say Presbyterian.
The floor
I
is
had
yours.
to.
No,
I had
we're
to,
running out
sir.
of time. Tell people
I'm out.
about
I'm out.
Barry Brown.
Student Athlete Playbook. I'm out. Go Blue Hose. Check us
All
out.
right, Tree Dolman, the queen. The floor is yours.
Hello, everyone. You can find me on social media at Purple Diva 13, as well as Ms. America International 2022.
The queen has spoken. There I am, somewhere. Ah, there I am. Okay, guys, before we get out of here, I'm going to remind you, as I do each and every week, with all this thing going on, we know we talk sports and we have a good time here, but on a serious tip, you really can see that this world is really going crazy. So I want to remind you, if you don't have a relationship with God, if you don't know the Lord Jesus Christ, your personal Savior, and really it's in your face now, you see almost every other athlete, when you pop on the screen, what's he saying? I thank the Lord, my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Why? Because they're giving their life to him. It's real easy. All you have to do is repent of your sins, believe in him, especially the fact that he came here, fully man, fully God, died for your sins, but more importantly, rose from the dead. And if you do, you're born again, and you got two great benefits. Number one, you become a citizen of the kingdom of heaven, which means when you leave this place called earth, you go to that happy place called heaven, and you become a citizen and a child of God. That means you now can go to God like a heavenly parent, ask him for anything you need or desire, and according to his will, he'll give it to you. And you avoid that nasty place when you die called hell, where all those things that we talk about in heaven is beautiful, is glorious, not so much in hell. It's dark, it's dreary, it's fiery, and you're locked in with the devil and all his demonic hosts forever and a day. I don't know about you. I like option number one instead of option number two. All right, everybody, until the next time we get back together again, you know how we do it. We simply say God bless you and have a wonderful rest of the day or evening, whichever may apply. So long and take care.